Picture on glasses. Seeing someone wearing eyeglasses today is just as common as seeing a person wearing a scarf during a winter time. Glasses are tools that provide vision to most people regardless of prescription of eye shape, but it was not always this way. The development of glasses as a common treatment for imperfect eyesight took centuries with many brilliant innovators, paving the path to the perfect vision you get to enjoy every day. Have you ever wondered about the primary technology behind spectacles? Here is a glance into the history that allows millions of people to read, drive, perform surgery, and accurately shoot a gun. The first inventor of wearable glasses is unknown. However, the Romans were the first to discover the ability to use glasses to enhance their ability to see small text, creating small magnifying glasses with spheres. The first wearable glasses known to history appeared in Italy during the 13th century. Primitive glass-blown lenses were set into wooden or leather frames, or occasionally frames made from animal horn, and then held before the face or perched on the nose. Mostly used by monks, this grew in popularity and the technology improved through the Renaissance. Artwork remains the best testament that these glasses existed, as early Renaissance paintings sometimes depict scholars using hand-held frame or perch-style glasses. Glass blowers would make lenses of different thickness based on rudimentary vision testing. As these glasses became more popular, the Italian creation spread throughout Europe, mostly available to the wealthy because scholarship was a prized attribute during the Renaissance. Glasses were status symbols of intelligence and prosperity. The technology might have remained stagnant for several centuries because the next clear historical picture of spectacles comes during the 17th. Glasses grew to be hands-free with the development of temples to extend over the years. Perhaps the most famous of these small modern glasses include Martin's Margin spectacles, developed by the inventor Benjamin Martins. These glasses are sold as collector's items today, but they pioneered the pursuit for more accurate lens development and thinner lenses supported by durable frames. After the over-the-air innovation, new developments with glasses began to speed up. Benjamin Franklin added to the versatility of glasses by inventing the bifocal lens, which allowed a person with both near and far-sighted affectation to use one pair of glasses instead of two. He did this at first by cutting lenses in half and putting them together into one frame. Another style that was prominent during the time was scissor spectacles. These were glasses that could be stored in pockets and taken out when needed for seeing something important. Some men did not enjoy wearing glasses full time, so these were the answer: pocket glasses that could be folded up in end like a pair of scissors. As the 19th century dawned, glasses were still handcrafted and not available to everyone, but the Industrial Revolution was right around the corner, and mass production of both frames and lenses made it much simpler for working men and women to obtain the necessary eye correction. The early 18th also saw the introduction of peculiar cylindrical lenses for correcting astigmatism. With lens technology and accurate prescription becoming ever more affordable during the 18th and 19th, saw a trend towards making glasses fashionable and stylish. Frames with different shapes, materials, and color became available for those who wanted glasses to match their face shape, eye color, or outfit. Most notably, styles changed because of the availability and development of strong plastics. No longer did all glasses need to be made with wool, metal, or horn frames. Plastics could be molded into many shapes and sizes. The 20th century also saw the rise of sunglasses. While sunglasses were first innovated in China during the 12th century, they were used to obscure the eyes of judges in court, so no one could determine their expressions. Other glasses manufacturers experimented with colored lenses, but these again were not for protection. Only in the 19th, the tinted sunglasses began to be used for light sensitivities caused by medical conditions. The fade spread beyond medical applications, and starting in 1929, sunglasses were mass-produced for sun protection and reducing glare.
Eyeglasses are used for so many things. The most important is the very common one is the shade, which we see outside. The sunglasses used in protection of the eyes against radiations from the sun. When you look at in the sun, there are a lot of radiations, especially I want to talk about the harmful ones, the ultraviolet and the infrared rays, which are not good for the eyes. These are some of like the x-rays and some other things, which are very, very dangerous. And they only use it for diagnostic purposes. So also the infrared rays and the ultraviolet rays are not supposed to be entering the eyes.
Finally, the 1980s saw the introduction of plastic lenses. These were less breakable, and they could be made lighter and tinier than their glass predecessors. Modern technology continues to improve glasses with protective coatings and reduce glare and UV light. Your glasses are the result of centuries of innovative technologies. Glasses are important because of various reasons, such as fashion. With numerous styles, colors, and shapes, sunglasses are up to date on the latest fashion trends. They are a great accessory to make any outfit fashionable and enhance your facial features. Eye protection. In today's digital world, it is important to properly protect your eyesight in order to ensure that it lasts a lifetime. Glasses not only protect your vision from digital screens, but also keep dirt and dust from getting into your eyes. Furthermore, eyeglasses can also help protect your eyes from harmful ultraviolet rays. Convenience. Unlike contact lenses, glasses are easy to put on and take off. Eyeglasses do not require additional cleaning and do not need to be replaced as often as contact lenses. Added features. As technology has expanded and grown, so has eye care technology. Nowadays, there are numerous additions that can be made to your eyeglasses to better protect your eyes and vision. For example, you can get a transition lens which darkens when exposed to ultraviolet rays and lightens once inside. It also helps to read easier. It is common for adults to read newspapers and books, but sometimes they have difficulties in recognizing the letters because their vision becomes hazy. This happens not just for adults but also to anyone. Thus, reading glasses or any other prescribed eyeglasses is perfect for you to make you see and read clearer.
The summary of what I know about eyeglasses is that I am using it for me to be able to read very well because I suffer short-sightedness. So I can still read at a far distance, but when I bring it closer, it will be blunt. And I consulted ophthalmologist or optician. So, and glasses was recommended for me. That's the reason I'm using it. But some people are using it just for fancy. People call it recommended. My way is recommended.
There are many reasons to wear eyeglasses, but regardless of the reasons, the point here is to take care of your eyes because this is the only organ that enables us to see things. Without it, we cannot be able to perform daily tasks the usual way, and it will be harder for us to appreciate the beauty of the nature.
Be on OSBC TV, channels 32 UHF, and from all other channels that you're picking our signals from. We bid you welcome and we say thanks for joining us on another interesting edition of AM Cafe, the guest platform on the show. Yes, today we are talking about what is on the lips of everybody, the increase in pump price. And I have someone in the house, a financial expert, who is going to do justice to what we're going to discuss this morning. And that's in person of Dr. Yinka Anjos. Good morning, sir.
Fine morning, madam.
How are you today, sir?
Beautiful.
Thank you. Yes, I said we are looking at the increase in pump price. Before we go there, why is it that before there is increase in pump price, motorists, cyclists would have been punished earlier on?
How do you mean?
There will just be hike in independent marketers' pump price, and people will start queuing and things like that. And then the federal government will now say, okay, this is where. Why is it always like that?
Yes, the thing is, you see, the regime we are using now, PMS regime, is that it is not deregulated yet. It's still what is called managed pricing. Managed pricing. That is, government will dictate how much it should be bought. That means we will still be contending with the issue of scarcity one way or the other, the issue of marketers determining on their own how much to sell it. That's why you see this queue you talked about, you call it punishment in quotes. It's not really a punishment. It's the fact that we have not really gotten the real issue right. We have not really known what we want to do. Recall that there is a PIA, Petroleum Industry Act. Since that act was there, we've not taken any serious step to concretize the vagrants of that act. Thank God that this NNPC now, Nigeria National Petroleum Company, not corporation again, has now come on board. That shows that, and according to the act, 6 months after this act was enacted, it is expected that something concrete must be done, and that's what we have seen. Now that we have commercialized NNPC. Before, it was up to whatever government wanted to do with it. You will recall that subsidy is still on. Do you know that we did not budget for the subsidy? It's NNPC that is funding that subsidy. So from whatever money they made, they will now use it to subsidize. But now it's a company. I don't think they are going to do that again, except government will now find a way of making sure that that subsidy still retained. Because a company cannot just act in isolation. You know, it's now open to CAMA, Corporate Affairs aspect. You know, CAC is when they register the company. CAMA now, Company and Allied Matters Act. That is all the rules and regulations guiding any other company that is public will be operative to that. So they cannot just do things anyhow without making sure that it is done according to the books.
Thank you very much, Dr. Yinka Andrews. Let's now go back to our refineries, because if we had gotten it right, then we won't be facing all those problems. What's happening?
I want to absolutely agree with you. In fact, this our humongous in quote pricing now, because what we are buying is still too much for me. It's due to the fact that our refineries are not working. You know, if our refineries are working, the first thing is everything will be done locally.
Yeah.
We have the crude. I've always been citing the example. It's like a farmer who planted yam, and he noticed that people needed pounded yam. He now exports his yam, and then some people will now pound it
and
you will now buy it back as pounded yam. It doesn't make sense to me. I can tell you for free. Let me answer your question straight. It means there is international connection annexed with some local politicians. It means I can tell you for free that some Nigerians may have, I want to use may because this is a public place, may have refinery abroad in where they will now refine and bring it back to us. Don't also forget that the same thing is happening in power sector. I'm making an analogy and comparison.
Go ahead.
I'm juxtaposing that. You see that in power sector, our power is still epileptic. But some people are bringing in generators. It means we call them fifth columnists. The power will not be all right for as long as generators are being brought in. So they want to continue doing business with good living of Nigerians. It is highly unfortunate. The same thing is what is happening with this RPM. What stops our refinery working? The humongous amount of money we are using to go and refine there, we can use it to, we have 4. At least let us make 1 or 2 working. We will not be buying as much. So it's unfortunate and regrettable that we can be going on like this.
We'll get there one day. I just pray that
I believe so. We can't continue like this.
We'll get there one
This
day.
phase shall pass.
Amen.
Yeah,
Amen.
right.
It's a prayer,
Yeah.
and it shall. Yes. Now let's look at our marketers. Sometimes ago, like a few days ago, they just raised the pump price to 185 on their own. And the question asked was that why? They said they can't be buying at 169, 170, and then sell at 165. I don't understand.
Yes.
Buying at 169, 170, while the government said we should be buying it at 165. It doesn't make sense. Can you please
I
explain
will
that,
explain.
sir?
Now, to cut a long story short, you see, I've told you that we're in a regime of managed price. Government dictates how much we are going to buy. There's a price called ex-depot price. I will make it very simple. It's like you go to Lagos to buy a product which you want to sell in Osogbo. Definitely, there will be a cost price. That is the amount you buy it.
In Lagos.
You cannot, in Lagos, when you get it, you cannot sell it that same price. It doesn't make any sense. It is the same thing. Ex-depot price means the price at which the PMS vendors will go and buy there. They are now allowed for certain differences. You have to, we call it added pricing. That is, you have to add something. Like I said, you can't buy something in Lagos at 20 naira and you want to sell it at 20 naira.
It's not possible.
So they have now said the amount they will lift is called ex-depot. It used to be 148, but it's now been moved upward to 165. That's what I'm trying to pick out here. They have now put it at 165 or 168. That shows that if at the time they were lifting at 148, they were meant to sell at 165. That's what Sophistication are selling. Now that they have jacked up the price at which you buy it from source to 168, you cannot sell at 165
it's
again.
not possible.
That is why they have not made some suggestions as to how to buy. How did they make it? If you are in, they made it geopolitical way. If you are in Southwest, you are expected to be selling at 179 per liter. If you are in
In
Southwest.
Southwest.
If you are in Southeast, I think you are going to sell, I'll pick the figure now. You are supposed to sell almost at the same time with that of Southwest. If you are in, okay, let me read it out. Now, in Southwest,
Okay.
old price was 165. I think you are aware of that.
Yes.
Then, new price will now be 179, showing increment of 14 naira. This is a given. You cannot sell below. You may sell above,
Yeah.
you know. Then, in Northwest, old price used to be 165. It's now going to be sold at 184. It is easily explainable because of distance. Because everything seems to have started from Lagos. So the longer you go, the more you add to the freight. Then at Northeast, old price 165, now it's going to be sold at 189. 24 naira difference. At South, 165 before is going to be sold at 179. 14 naira difference. At North Central, 179. 14 naira difference. At Southeast, 184. Can you see? 184, 19 naira difference. In Abuja, 174. I'm coming to that. That's 9 naira difference. Then in Lagos, 169. 4 naira. If you look at Lagos, it's going to be sold at 169. And in Abuja, it's supposed to be sold at 174. Now, you now see that the
Is
difference.
Lagos not part of Southwest?
It's part of Southwest, but no, Lagos is special. They always grant Lagos special status because 70% of what we make in our GDP seems to have, in tax, come from Lagos. So Lagos is almost Nigeria double. So what I'm saying here is that they've now dictated. If we remove the subsidy now, it will now be open to the vagrants of demand and supply. Anybody can now sell at any price. You realize that kerosene has been deregulated, diesel has been deregulated, aviation fuel, the one they use for aeroplane, has been deregulated. It remains only PMS and perhaps gas. So people are now saying that instead of fixing prices, why don't you even take away everything that has to do with managed pricing? That is, making sure that they dictate what we. Why don't you leave it open? I disagree with that. I think it is still better now since our refineries are not working. Let us have it this way so that they can checkmate the Shylock of these petroleum dealers and marketers. Because on Tuesday, I bought at 190. And we are supposed to be selling at 179. This morning, as I was coming at Bovas, it's 180. At least that one made sense. I mean, just 1 naira, the 179.
difference.
But go and check now. Some will be selling at 200. Some can even sell at 250. They will tell you that where they bought from. So whether we like it or not, I think the real crux of the matter is that our refinery should work. I don't know how we are going to do that. Whoever will take over from this regime should work towards that. We cannot just continue like this. So some Nigerians are behind all this. I said it in the beginning. They are called fifth columnists. They are raking humongous amount of profit. We call it abnormal profit in economics. Because those who will sell, like Bovas I said is selling at 180, is already making profit. Don't forget from 168, I told you 168 to that. So it's unfortunate, honest.
ẹ̀yin èèyàn wa nílé bẹ́ẹ̀ bá ń gbọ́ wa lórí ètò yín náà ní AM Cafe, ètò fìrìfìntì ni, ṣùgbọ́n bó bá dójú ẹ̀ lẹ́ẹ̀kọ̀ọ̀kan báyìí a máa tupalẹ̀ ní èdè àbínibí. Ẹ̀kúnwó tó gorí epo òun la máa fẹ́ gbéyẹ̀wò láàárọ̀ yìí. Bẹ́ẹ̀ náà bá jáde ẹ rí wípé bẹ́ẹ̀ bá rán mọ́ ní pẹ̀jíró bóyá ẹ fẹ́ dànù jẹnẹrétọ̀ ni abẹ́fẹ́ fi lọ ata ẹ̀yin ẹlẹ́rọ wa àbí alùpùpù ni àbí mọ́tò ni ẹ ti rí pé owó díẹ̀ ó ti gorí rẹ̀. Tàbá sì ní ká wò kìí ṣe owó díẹ̀ náà ni owó tó gorí rẹ̀ yìí ó lágbára lára àwọn kan. Ìdí nìyí tá a fi gbé ẹni tó mọ̀ nípa ètò ìnáwó ìṣúná ọ̀mọ̀wé Yínká Angels wá láti wá tún ṣàlàyé fún wa ohun tí wọ́n mọ̀ nípa ẹ̀ àti ṣé ká mọ bá lọ bẹ́ẹ̀ ni ká faradà kí la lè ṣe láti má jẹ́ kí irú èyí kó máa wáyé. Torí tá a bá wá rí i pé owó epo ṣà ń gorí ara wọn ní gbogbo ìgbà. Tá a bá wò báyìí láti bí ọdún 6 sẹ́yìn kò dúró sójú kan, bó ṣe ń lọ kò padà wálẹ̀. Torí náà kí la ṣe láti jẹ́ kí eléyìí kó máa wáyé mọ́, kára ó fi dẹ tẹrú tọmọ orílẹ̀-èdè Nàìjíríà la ṣe gbé wọn wá. Mú kí yẹn kojú mọ́sà.
Ẹ ṣeun.
Ẹ ṣeun àdúpẹ́. Ẹ rí i pé lẹ́nu ọjọ́ mẹ́ta yìí àwọn èèyàn wa wọ́n tún ti ń tò nílé epo àpòpò ni àwọn tí ó rà sínú kẹ́ẹ̀gì ni àbí mọ́tò wọ́n ti ń tò sílé epo láti ra epo. Ìdí ẹ̀ náà sì ni wípé àwọn elépo wa tí wọ́n ń tepo fún wa wọ́n ti sún owó epo wọ́n ti sún sókè. Kí ló dé tí ó fi jẹ́ wípé bá ti gbọ́ kẹ̀rẹ̀kẹ̀rẹ̀ pa sún owó epo sókè báyìí àbámọ̀ àtògbémúlémú àwọn kan gan yọ ẹ̀ṣẹ̀ síra wọn nílé epo ni ó ṣáájú mi dé mo ṣáájú rẹ dé láti lè epo sí ọkọ̀. Àwọn míì ò tiẹ̀ tún wá wọ́n bá ti tà ṣúkẹ́ṣúkẹ́ wọ́n ti lé epo wọn pé kò sí epo mọ́. Ìfìyàjẹni lèmi ka eléyìí sí. Kí ló dé torí bẹ́ẹ̀ lórílẹ̀‐èdè Nàìjíríà?
Ẹ jẹ́ ká wo ohun tó fa ń ta rò pé à ń fìyà jẹra wa yìí. Wọ́n ní amúkan ẹrù ẹ̀wọ́ wọ́n ní òkè ló ń wo òwò sàlẹ̀. Ohun tó fa ni pé epo rọ̀bì tọ́lọ́ fi jíǹkì wa tó yẹ ká máa ṣe yọ̀tọ̀ mi ká máa gbádùn nínú ẹ̀. Àwọn Nigerians kan wá wò pé ibi àti jẹ lélẹ̀ fáwọn wọn ò jẹ́ kí refinery wa ibi tá a ti ń fọ epo wọn ò jẹ́ ó ṣiṣẹ́ mọ́. 4 la ní ìkankan ò ṣiṣẹ́ mọ́. Ó wá di pé àwa ń lọ sókè òkun ń ta níní o. Mo ṣàlàyé lẹ́ẹ̀kan ní èdè òyìnbó pé fún àpẹẹrẹ ń sìn bóyá èmi ń gbin rice tí bá gbé rice yẹn mo dẹ̀ mọ̀ pé jollof rice fried rice láwọn èèyàn fẹ́ máa jẹ ṣe pé rice náà ni
ìrẹsì ni.
mo wá ń mú ìrẹsì yẹn mo wá ń tà síta káwọn kan máa bá mi sọ di fried rice àti jollof rice kan máa gbé wọlé ẹni pé bí ìgbà tí èèyàn mọ tó ń ṣe ni ṣe rí ilẹ̀ wa Nàìjíríà yìí Ọlọ́run ti jíǹkì wa púpọ̀ mo máa ń sọ lédè òyìnbó mo tún máa tún sọ Yorùbá báyìí èmi ò tí ì rí ìlú tọ́lọ́run kẹ́ tó Nàìjíríà àmọ́ àwọn èèyàn wa bẹ̀ láàdá ọ̀rọ̀ wa dàbí bàbá tí ó ń lọ ìrìn àjò ní tó wá kó àwọn ọmọ sínú ilé pé ẹ má ṣe wàhálà ó wá fún oúnjẹ síbẹ̀ ó fi èlùbọ́ iṣu ẹ̀wà gàrí gbogbo nǹkan tẹ́nu ń jẹ ó fún wọn ó tún wá fún wọn ní tó máa fi dáná ata gbogbo ẹ̀ ó ti fi síbẹ̀ fún wọn pé tó máa fi dé o ẹ máa ṣe ọ̀tọ̀ mi kàkà kí wọ́n máa mú bẹ́ẹ̀ kọ́ máa sè é ṣe mọ̀ pé tó máa fi ṣe ó fi
gbogbo èlò ti wà ńlẹ̀.
gbogbo èlò gáàsì wà ńbẹ̀ stóòfù wà gbogbo ẹ̀ wọ́n wá ń ta kinní yẹn ráìsì yẹn ní tútù wọ́n ń tà á fún àwọn èèyàn ń tà yàn pé èlò náà fẹ́ ta ráìsì tútù wọ́n ń ta aṣù fún àwọn èèyàn wọ́n wá ń pè wọ́n pé ẹjọ́ a fẹ́ jẹ iyán a fẹ́ jẹ àmàlà ṣé mo pé àwọn náà ta kinní yẹn káná wá tà á fún wọn fún àpẹẹrẹ sí káná tà á ní 500 naira àwọn tó wá ti sọ di iyán yẹn àwọn wá ń tà á fún wọn ní 50,000 ẹjọ́ doesn't make sense ìwọ ló ní lọ́dọ̀ iṣu rẹ̀ ọbẹ̀ rẹ̀ lọ́dọ̀ ẹ̀ wá ní ògbé fún ọ pé ẹ bá mi gé ẹni tó wá lóun fẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀ gé sọ pé òun máa gba 20,000 pé láti gé kí ló ṣe é tó lè gé bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ̀rọ̀ wá rí àjòyè ò pa tọrọ da náínú so èmi wá rò pé tó bá rí bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ́rọ̀ èpo tá wa ń sọ yìí nígbà tó yẹ pàwọ́ àlà èpo tá wa ń gbé lọ síta pé kan bá wa ṣe kan dá padà fún àpẹẹrẹ sọ pé 1,000 naira la tà fún wọn nígbà táwọn wá fọ̀ tán wọ́n ń ta fún wa ní 10,000 naira.
ó tiẹ̀ wá tó gbogbo èrè tó tún wà lára epo ọ̀hún gbà wọ́n bá fọ̀ tán.
tó pọ̀ gidi tá à ń dànù. èmi wá nǹkan tó wá fà rẹ̀ tí ìjọba fi rò pé àwọn ò lè máa jẹ́ kí àwọn èèyàn wá ń sọ pé epo tá à ń sọ yìí ó yẹ kí ìjọba yọwọ́ ìrànwọ́ kò torí ìrànwọ́ kan wà tá à ń pè ní subsidy iye tá à ń ra yìí náà subsidy tí wà ń bẹ̀ o. èmi ò wọ̀ sí lára wọn àwọn onímọ̀ ìṣúná tó mọ̀ pa ẹ̀ sọ pé kí gọ́ọ̀mẹ̀ntì yọwọ́ nú ẹ̀ pátápátá kàn jẹ́ kí ó rí pé bọ́n bá ṣe ń tà á ní òkè òkun náà ni kàn máa tà á bí tá à ń pè ní demand and supply mo wà lára àwọn tí ò fọwọ́ sí fún àpẹẹrẹ ẹ wo kerosene báyìí wọ́n ti yọwọ́ kó ń bẹ̀ wọ́n ní iye tó bá ń tà á lókè òkun ni kàn máa tà ẹ rí i pé àti ra kerosene sìn ó ní agbára gan mẹ̀kúnnù dẹ̀ ló yẹ kí kerosene wà fún.
bẹ́ẹ̀ni àwọn arúgbó.
n tó ń sọ tó fi ní kàn yọwọ́ ń bẹ̀ ni pé owó tí a fi ń ṣe subsidy yẹn tá a bá fi ṣe mọ́ a rí láti fi ṣe nǹkan ìyọ̀tọ̀ mi fún àwọn èèyàn fún àpẹẹrẹ à ń lọ sí hospital kò lè èèyàn ní sanwó mọ́ títì wọ́n á fi ṣe ohun títì ọ̀hún dà hospital ọ̀hún dà tá a sì ń sanwó gọbọi náà ó mì pé kò make sense pé ká sọ pé ká yọ subsidy yẹn.
wọ́n kúkú fi ilẹ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ kájọ máa jẹ̀gbádùn ẹ̀.
bó ṣe yẹ kó rí nìyẹn wọ́n ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀ sí diesel náà gbogbo àwọn tó ń ṣe nǹkan tó ń produce ẹ rí pé tó wá fẹ́ ṣe diesel náà ló máa lò ó wá jẹ́ kí owó tá à ń ra nǹkan kó ṣe gọbọi ọlọ́run wá bá wa ṣe tó yẹ pé wọ́n tiẹ̀ débi petrol yìí àìwá débi petrol yìí náà àwọn kan ṣì ń yin náà fún àpẹẹrẹ ẹ sọ pé kò lọ́lẹ̀ òkè ṣáà ló ń lọ nítorí ó máa lókè ni pé iye tí wọ́n ń tà ní àgbáyé náà làwa náà ń rà ẹ rí i pé àwa náà ní epo rọ̀bì àbí táǹtà ó ti ju 100 naira per litre lọ sí ta ó mì pé ó yẹ ká máa owó tó yẹ ká máa fi ṣe yọ̀tọ̀ òun náà látún fi ń ṣe subsidy yẹn.
lè lórí.
wọ́n wá wò pé ó yẹ kí òfin wà tó jẹ́ pé ìpínlẹ̀ fi ṣe epo rọ̀bì wa wọ́n wá pass òfin kan ní House of National Assembly Senate pass gbogbo wọn ṣáà pass ẹ̀ta president ti fọwọ́ sí wọ́n wá sọ pé lẹ́yìn oṣù mẹ́fà tó bá ti fọwọ́ sí kìíní yẹn ó yẹ kán wá nǹkan kan ṣe sí tí nǹkan á fi yàtọ̀ wọ́n fi wá create company tá à ń pè ní NNPC nsìn NNPC tó wà tẹ́lẹ̀ corporation ìjọba ló ní pátápátá nísìn ó ti wá di company tó wá di yẹn ní pé nsìn wọn kàn lè máa ṣe bó ṣe wọ́n gbọ́dọ̀ lè ṣe bọ́n ṣe kán fi hàn wá iye tó ń pa iye tó ń ná subsidy tó ń ṣe tẹ́lẹ̀ wọn ò lè ṣe mọ́ torí àwọn náà fẹ́ pa ó kí n wá dáhùn béèrè yín ṣé rí àǹfààní tó wà nù bó ṣe jẹ́ pé wọ́n dá company yìí lẹ̀ ni pé lákọ̀ọ́kọ́ ànító ilé epo mọ́ ìdí ẹ̀ ni pé ó ti di company báyìí àwọn náà fẹ́ jèrè wọ́n á make sure pé epo yìí wà available káwọn náà lè jèrè bọ́n tó bá dé mọ́ ọbẹ̀ kò make sense so ànító ìkejì tó tún wà wá ń bẹ̀ ni pé àwọn tó wá ń gbé yẹn wọ́n á máa rí i pé àwọn tà torí ẹ̀ tó bá lọ rí epo lẹ́kọ̀ọ́ tó lọ gbé epo
Ṣáà ní dè
lẹ́kọ̀ọ́
mọ́lé.
táwa dé mọ́lé ni because owó ẹ̀ gbọ́dọ̀ padà so ìyẹn mi pé yẹn máa da nítorí àǹfààní tó tún wà ń bẹ̀ ni pé a fẹ́ akọ̀ báyìí sìn èèyàn ní lè máa ra epo kó máa lọ tà sílùú mi because abilii pé àwọn kan wà tó yẹ pé iye táwa ń tepo ń bí ó kéré jọjọ sí iye tó ń tà ní àwọn ìlú mi
agbègbè wọn.
àmọ́ tó bá ti pọ̀ sí táwọn náà ti rí pé ó ti ga wọn nílé máa tà sókè òkun àǹfààní tó tún wá bẹ́ẹ̀ ni pé a fẹ́ akọ̀ báyìí sìn à ń sun ilé epo mọ́jú à ń ṣe gbogbo ìlú àmọ́ a lè láró gọbọ yìí o àmọ́ kò sí pé
Yóò wà.
ó máa wà available àmọ̀ràn tí èmi kò máa fáwọn èèyàn wa ni pé èmi ń ṣe o tí mò ń practice ni mò ń sọ yìí kò ń ṣe pé tá a bá fẹ́ lọ síbi kan ká máa gbé mọ́tò ṣáá ẹ wo kéèyàn máa gbé ayétòrò ó fẹ́ lọ sí gbọ̀nà á tún kíkì mọ́tò kí ló dé tó lè kẹ́sẹ̀ sí bí mi ṣe rí pé wọ́n sì ní ń lo mọ́tò mi gbogbo gbà tí bá rí pé ibi tí mo fẹ́ lọ ó ṣe pàtàkì ní máa lọ kí ni kóró pé wà fún kí lè ọ̀kadà wà fún ẹlòmíràn lóhùn lè gọ̀kadà òun wọ́n ń tàn ẹ̀ lọ sí ìlú ọba lọ́hùn àwọn òyìnbó ṣàṣàlẹ̀ tó ń lo mọ́tò láì jẹ́ àfi tó bá jẹ́ kébi tó ń gbé ó wọnú ó bọ́ sí gbèríko ló máa nídìí mọ́tò nǹkan tó máa fi rìn wà ó dẹ̀ wà lóṣogbo náà èmi ń sọ kóró pé náà wà ń bẹ̀ náà ẹlòmíràn wá sọ pé òun ò lè jẹun torí òun fẹ́ repo báwo ni mi ṣe ní jẹun tí mọ́tò mi á máa jẹun wàá páàkì ẹ̀ kì í ṣe kò pọn dandan so èmi rò pé nǹkan tó yẹ ká kóra wa níjà ni àmọ́ níbi tá a bá dé yìí èmi rò pé ìjọba wọn ó kù díẹ̀ káàtó wọn ṣe dáadáa pàápàá lórí ọ̀rọ̀ yìí.
Thank you very much. What you just said in Yoruba to conclude your submission on this pump price, I want you to tell us in English language the benefits, yes, the benefits, and what government should do about it.
The realizable benefits of this establishment of
NNPC company
is one, there will be abundance, availability of PMS because everybody in business wants to make profit. So you cannot afford to what we used to do for when they will just close up their tankers that they don't have. It won't happen again. It will be made available. Another advantage is that whether we like it or not, there will now be different pricing. You will not go to where it pays you. I told you one PMS station is selling at 180 now. Another one may sell at 200. Another may sell at 220. It's not up to you to decide whether you want to go to the one. So the major opportunity we have now is that we are going to have it available. We are not going to queue and sleep overnight as we used to because anybody doing business cannot afford to lock up. It's going to be something like what we are saying about prepaid meters. You know, if I buy prepaid meter, I'm the one that will buy how much I can afford. Then I can put it off when I don't have the time. Then those distributing companies, cannot afford for not supply. Because if they don't supply light, I will hold on to my money. You understand? They want to get return on their investment. So they will make sure that we have light all the time. The same thing is this PMS now. They will make sure it is available everywhere all the time. The only difference will be that we'll buy at a little bit of higher pricing. So whether we like it or not, yes. Thank you very much. I've just said that. So it's being displayed on your screen now. These are the pricing, different geopolitical zones. So this is sacrosanct. They cannot sell below what is displayed. But you know, businessmen, they may sell a little bit above. But it's up to you to go to where it pays you. So this is what they have put down now. I like this. So, but what I'm saying is that this company that has now been established now is now going to make us to ask questions as Nigerians. Because according to Kama, you are supposed to exhibit to show to the public your final account. You are going to have P&L account or income statement, balance sheet. You are going to show it to the people so that, before, corruption has hitting deep. We don't even know what they do with the monies they make. But now, ordinary Nigerians can ask questions. Another aspect which I forgot to mention is that they now say this NNPC belongs to Nigerians. It's like people can now, it's PLC, popular, they call it LTD, limited, but for me, it's supposed to be public liability because we own it. About 200 million Nigerians own it. With time, they are going to ask us to be buying shares. At least, but if you look at in shareholding, we have ordinary shares, we have preference shares, we now have what's called owners shares. Owners, we call it deferred shares. That means we are the owners.
Yes.
They are not going to be paying us dividend now until maybe after some time they will ask people to be buying. But for now, they are holding forth for us. So we can call this hybrid company. That is, it's not totally public, it's not totally private. So this is the way to go. Well, I hope with time things will get better.
Thank you very much, Dr. Yinka Anjos, for this great information, because I call it great information. Now that I know Nigerians, all of them would have adjusted their pumps.
Immediately.
But if it were to be the time that the prices
will come down, they will tell you that they have not gotten information from their headquarters.
Why are we like this?
That is the life of every businessman. We call it profit maximization. And I've been telling businessmen, you see, in economics, we have wealth optimization, we have profit maximization. How do I mean? If you ask an average Nigerian, why do you go into business? He will say to make profit. But it's not so. The major reason why you should go into business is to delight your customers. By delight, I mean you satisfy them. In fact, you surprise them, you wow them. You do things that will make them want to come back to you. Let me give you an example. I won't mention name. There's a particular filling station here that was consistently selling at 165, when others were selling at 180. Do you know when there is not abundance of supply? Those who are selling at higher price, people will not go to them. They will prefer to queue at that one. You see, they will now recoup whatever they thought they might have lost. So, in doing business, we should not go for profit maximization alone. You will only make the profit at once. You may run out of business because people will see through you that you are a Shylock. So that's what I'm advocating. Now that this regime has come, they had better be careful. They should try to sell as much as within what has been displayed there. So 179, 180 is not too bad. But people are still selling at 190, 200, 200.
Exactly.
So that's my advice.
And what would you tell the government, state government, of these people selling above the stipulated prices?
You remember in those days we used to have task force. Government should go for task force again and make sure that they insist that they sell at the normal price. If you cannot sell, then get out of the business. I remember in Borno State, the governor, Zulum, will personally go there to checkmate those who are selling above the approved price. I want in Osun State for us to do that. But whether we can do that is a different ballgame, because political will is no longer there. So,
ẹ ṣeun adúpẹ́ àlejò wa lọ́pọ̀lọpọ̀ ọgbà tí epo bá lọ òkè kíákíá làwọn elépo àwọn ó yí kíní wọn àmọ́ bí epo bá wálẹ̀ báyìí ó parí yóò dàbí pé à ń bẹ̀ wọ́n kí wọ́n tó yí kíní wọn wálẹ̀.
ká ní àwọn èèyàn wa aburú gan, a máa ń blame government all the time. Àwa gan abu ògiri kì í ṣe irú nìkan kó dá bá ṣe ń ṣe yìí náà a ṣáà rí pé ọ̀nà láti pa àwọn èèyàn wa lára nítorí à ń ṣe business. Mo dẹ̀ máa ń sọ kíní kan má gbàgbé o, gbogbo nǹkan tí èèyàn bá mú kan mọ́ kan kò sí ni one way or the other Ọlọ́run mọ bó ṣe máa gbà padà. Tá bá ń ṣe akàn ń ṣera wa ni a ní ìdẹ ṣe bí èèyàn lẹ́ni tó ń ta normal price kó tó di pé wọ́n sọ fún wọn pé kán sún sókè nsìn ó dẹ̀ ṣe 1 naira ló fi sí, èèyàn á fi 20 naira sí, ẹlòmíì á fi 50 naira sí lórí. Nítorí kí ni gbogbo ń ta bá fi jẹ́ ó fi jẹ́ pé ó kun láì jẹ́ pé a fi sí, Ọlọ́run mọ bó ṣe máa yẹ.
Ẹ ṣeun adúpẹ́. Arú àwọn èèyàn báyìí tí wọ́n ti wá kọ̀ tí wọ́n ya kọ̀lọ̀rọ̀ sí tó jẹ́ pé wọ́n sì gbé tí wọ́n sókè wọn tí yí wálẹ̀, kí lẹ sọ fún ìjọba láti ṣe fún wọn?
Mo ní kí ìjọba mú kinní kan tá à ń pè ní task force kán gbé àwọn ìgbìmọ̀ kan dìde tí wọ́n máa lọ wo inú ibẹ̀. Kinní kan ni mo sọ náà ṣáà ṣe rí à ń dé epo mọ́lẹ̀ sí kò pé àwọn gan mọ́ ẹ̀rọ ni tó bá lò ń dé epo mọ́lẹ̀ sí, àmọ́ tó bá ń tà kán tà ní iye tí wọ́n kọ síbẹ̀ pé kán máa tà. Tó bá tiẹ̀ máa lé 1 naira 2 naira ò tí ì pọ̀ jù, bọ̀ kẹ́ máa fi 50 naira kẹ́ máa fi 200 naira sí lórí, ìyẹn ó kù díẹ̀ káàdù.
Ẹ ṣeun adúpẹ́. Nínú ọ̀rọ̀ tá a sọ náà àti gba gbogbo àwọn elépo àti gbà wọ́n níyànjú. Àwọn tí ń re epo ńkọ́, àwọn tí wọ́n fi ń ṣòwò náà, ẹ bá mi gbà wọ́n níyànjú. Lásìkò ìwà ẹlòmíì ò wò pé ó kúkú lè dọ̀la kí wọ́n tún gbé sókè jẹ́ ń re epo pamọ́ sílé.
Ìyẹn burú jù, ó léwu. Ẹni pé ṣẹ́rí rẹ̀ jí níta bẹ̀rẹ̀ yìí sì èmi ò bá rí epo pamọ́ ń tan rẹ̀ kọ́ tó máa wà available. N tó jẹ́ káwọn ẹ̀ máa rí epo pamọ́ ni pé wọ́n rí pé kò ní sí, wọ́n sì mọ̀ọ́mọ̀ wọ́n máa ń tì tẹ́ bá rántí. In fact mo rí kinní kan ṣẹ́rí ilé epo kan wà kó tó ti pé bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí wọ́n ẹ̀ ó ti lóhùn ò tepo mọ́, gbogbo machine ni wọ́n ti tú dànù. Kọ́mí náà ń ṣe bẹ̀ kíákíá wọ́n ti lọ ra machine padà torí èrè tó máa jẹ tí ń pè ní abnormal profit. but nísìnyí bá ṣe ó ṣe rẹ̀ ni nítorí nsìn ó máa wà available yànfùnyànfùn pẹ̀lú irú company tó ń ṣe yìí oníkàkú máa gbé ni so tó bá lò ń de mọ́lẹ̀ ó ṣe rẹ̀ ni àbí àwọn epo ń gbé sílé ọ̀hún ní ìdẹ̀ then mo tún fẹ́ ká wo kinní kan whether we like it or not nísìn bí nǹkan ṣe ń lọ yìí àwọn kan wà tó jẹ́ pé tẹ́ bá ṣàkíyèsí ilé epo ṣàrùn suyọ̀ ó ń pọ̀ sí ni ẹlòmíì nǹkan míì la fi ṣe ọ̀sán tó bá pọ̀ sí nsìn kò ní mínì mọ́ so kàn wá iṣẹ́ míì láti ṣe kí ni ẹ̀ tiẹ̀ pọ́n máa wà lóṣogbo tí ọkọ̀ bá ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ owó kan ẹ̀rọ ìgbà tó ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ bẹ̀rẹ̀ ẹ̀ ń ta àmọ́ kó ṣẹ̀ ń ṣe epo tán ní ọlọ́ba pé tó ní epo ìlérè something like that àwọn yẹn wá rí i pé nǹkan ń lọ síwájú fún àwọn náà bá bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ṣe ó wá di pé ẹlòmíì ò fẹ́ ṣe òwò mọ́ mi ju pé ká máa ṣílé epo lọ nígbà táwọn kọ́ bẹ̀rẹ̀ pure water tá à ń pè ní package water in English ẹ rí i pé àwọn ọmọ tó bá ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ bẹ̀rẹ̀ owó kan lóṣogbo wọn á kọ́kọ́ gbúgọ wọn á wò bóyá ó máa make tó bá ti pé ó make gbogbo èèyàn
bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ síbẹ̀
ẹni tó bá ń ṣe é sìn èrè tó rò pé wà ń bẹ̀ ò ní sí ń bẹ̀ mọ́ nítorí company kan ti wà ń sì tán máa regulate ààrẹ sọ pé kíjọba bọ́ síta kó má jẹ́ kó má ta ní owó
iye yẹn ẹ ṣeun adúpẹ́ ẹ jẹ́ ká sáré fi eléyìí náà sí ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ ilé epo ló wà níbi tí ò yẹ kó sí bí ibi tá a ti ń ṣe mọ́ínmọ́ín ibi tá a ti ń ṣe oúnjẹ
àbí lágbolé
àwọn kọ̀rọ̀kọ́ndú
ilé epo ọwọ́ ìjọba nìyẹn wà tó dẹ̀ fa ni corruption yìí ká máa bribe yìí náà ni ẹ̀dẹ̀ ń gbà wọlé wọ́n nígbà kan máa wà tọ́ba kan máa wà tí ò ní mọ Joseph àbí ìjọba kan máa dé tó yẹ pé àwọn tó ń kọ síbi tí ò yẹ wọ́n á wo ni wọ́n á sì gba license yẹn lọ́wọ́.
Thank you very much because I want you to talk about that one too, you know. If you move around the city, you see some filling stations where they're not supposed to be sited at all in corners, beside food canteens and things like that, which is very, very dangerous to the health and living of the people.
I think I will blame government for that because they get approval. They don't just do it just like that. They will go to government, they will apply. They're supposed to check and see that this place is not suitable for setting up such a highly inflammable product. Even within residential areas.
Remember in those days, filling stations are
they are far away, exactly. But it's no longer so. Once you have your money, that is the corruption we are talking about in Nigeria. That's why I blame not only government, but we the people are even worse than what's called government. Who are government anyway? Are we not? Is it not the people?
Government.
So the advocacy that I'm doing is that government should stop licensing filling stations closer to residential areas. Then those who have even gotten it, with time I said that there will be a time that a king will come that will not know Joseph. They will ask them to withdraw the license of those filling stations and turn it to something else.
Thank you very much, Dr. Yinka Andrews, for coming on the show
welcome.
this morning. We appreciate you. You have said it all. Every other thing that we want to know about what we are discussing this morning, increase in fuel pump, you have told us. Thank you so much. On behalf of the producer of the show, we appreciate you. On behalf of the Director TV Services, Lasun Yebayo, and the crew, we say thank you very much. Before we go, a parting shot for everybody.
A parting shot is this. Let us welcome the situation we are now. I've said it every time I have opportunity to speak in the public. This phase shall pass. All these pains we're enduring, we should enjoy for now because we don't have any other country but Nigeria. Every country evolve. At least we'll be passing through difficult times and then be coming out of it until we get to El Dorado. We'll get there.
Amen. Thank you very much, Dr. Yinka Andrews. We appreciate you and I enjoyed having you on the show this morning.
Anytime.
Yeah, viewers at home, this is how far we can go on the show this morning. And it's been Dr. Yinka Andrews, a financial expert on the show this morning. We appreciate you too for being there for us at all times. On behalf of everybody out there, we appreciate you. Please, our marketers, so that you too will not run out of business.
Exactly.
Like Dr. Yinka Andrews has said, if you sell at higher prices, then people will run away from you. So, not to maximize your profit, but to wow your customers.
That's it.
Take care of them.
like that.
Make enough profit, and then you go back to market all the time. I'm sure you know what to do, and I'm sure you know what Dr. Yinka Andrews has said, that is applicable to all of you. Until some other time when we come your way, we pray that God will continue to bless you, and God will continue to bless this country, Nigeria. Good morning.
for every man to be informed, educated, and enlightened about happenings all around, both local and international, in order to stay relevant. This is what you get on OSBC AM Cafe, your early morning television inspiration. There is time for motivation, keeping your body fit through exercise, guest segments where we discuss trending issues in the polity with our analysts from different fields of life. All this will be showing on your TV Monday to Friday between 7 a.m. and 8:15 a.m. OSBC TV AM Coffee. Start your day fresh. It's expedient for every man to be informed, educated, and enlightened about happenings all around.
Ricardo steps across at the other end. Oh, that's a gift for Rebic, who finishes it absolutely magnificently. They fell apart at the back, but they were punished in stunning.
Neuer now is playing as a midfield player. There's going to be another goal here. This will be it. Song Heung-min, 2-0, that is it.